Hey America, it's 3018. The Evil Manifest Party has the whole country by the throat. But the DC-3 have had enough. Now trapped in a re-education camp. Out of reach. In the lion's den. They continue to fight where we can't follow.
Freedom, much like peaches, come from a can. It was put there by a man in a factory downtown, and if I had my little way, I'd eat freedom every day, sun-soaking bulges in the shade. This is Unfollow the Revolution, the only podcast devoted to fighting the good fight and standing up for the little guy and standing up against MailChimp and Jane Spigot, who I still hate. I'm your host, Jack, accompanied as always by my cohorts.
Prisoner designation UX813121.
Prisoner designation tag YOLO Johnson.
Yep, you all right there, Tag?
I feel like maybe the gravy they've been serving in the cafeteria's gone bad recently, because
Okay.
every time I eat it, my heart hurts and I feel fire in my throat.
Well, I gotta say, from an external view and vocally, I think you're at like sub-Muppet levels. You look full of just felt right now.
I mean, I definitely filling out. I know I've gone up about 4 sizes in beds since I've been here.
You know, I don't want to cast aspersions, but it's almost like there's a clear path that we've been trying to make you not go on for a while.
Look, at this point, I think we just let it go because he makes a incredible snuggle buddy as it's getting colder out here.
He is.
I can use some of his folds as a comfort.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is that what you're doing when I'm sleeping 18
Oh, yeah.
hours a day?
That's a pro tip to all our listeners out there with the chilly autumn weather coming in. Find yourself just a chonker of a friend and hold their hand, and then you can hold their flaps for warmth.
So you guys think maybe I should change my diet?
Well, Tag.
I kind of like what it's doing to my voice. It's giving me these sultry, dulcet tones.
You know, we've got some developments going on in the camp lately. As we've said, you know, fall is a moving in, and it's the changing of tides, the changing of seasons. What was once alive and green is now starting to brown and decay, and things are starting to flip around in our world of ours. So I thought I'd kind of hand things over a little bit. If anyone else has any news that they've noticed in the camp this week. As for myself, it's just been the huge. We've been adapting to Tag's situation, as it were, mainly.
What situation?
Well,
is it that big a deal that my voice changed a little?
It's a big deal.
Some would say a wide deal. See, that's a W word.
Okay. Not sure I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm not sure you could bend over to do so.
What is this about? A little bit of weight I've gained since we've been in the camp?
UX, how's Can working out?
I was
How's
about
that
to say
doing?
I've not been spending much time here. The kids love it. They love high-powered machinery.
Yeah?
It's I don't know if it's because it's shiny or maybe even dangerous, but they flock to it. Nature doesn't stand a chance against children.
That's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, UX, I gotta say, I'm really proud of you and all you've done. When I first met you, you were just an intern, and therefore contributing nothing to society at all, barely worth keeping alive.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're an entrepreneur, and that means you matter.
Thanks. I do feel like I've always mattered. Tag, was that one of your fat flaps slapping together, or are you making disapproving noises?
It was meant to be really? Did you? Sorry.
Well, I did feel like I didn't have a purpose. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But now I do. I feel like I can make the world a better place because I have money and I have power.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And UX, I have to ask, as you get money and power, how do you feel about the manifest?
In a way, they've sort of made it all possible.
Yeah, they have, haven't they?
Yeah. This whole journey, I would have, I never even would have gone on without the manifest. But I also wouldn't have gone on it without Jack. I mean, Jack freed me in the first place. And I'm wondering if there aren't clones across this nation that deserve to run and own their own businesses.
Oh, that's okay. Hold on, that's a little crazy. I don't think we need to go giving clones ideas.
Yeah, I mean, UX, at the end of the day, I'm proud of you. I'm always proud of you. But, you are starting to make a difference. You are starting to get noticed. And to the external people out there, you are starting to matter. You got that power. You're getting that money. You're doing that paper chase. We've actually had a lot of the counselors coming around asking after you when you're out and away, all the way up, really. So, that's a thing.
I'm not surprised. I generally bring them gifts as I come back.
That'll do it. Do it. I actually kind of wanted to segue in here a little bit. Now, normally, I wouldn't do this, listeners, because it seems like a very dangerous idea. And while I'm always ready to go at a moment's notice like a howler monkey, I thought this would be a good kind of perspective for all of us. I have actually reached out using your name and title to get an interview with the warden, with the overseer of the camp.
Oh, he's coming here?
Yeah, he's gonna be coming here.
Man.
Bert's on his way?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see him.
Oh, you know him first name basis. Okay.
We need to clean up the cabin, guys. It's a mess. Yeah. This place is.
Hold on. Yeah. I got this.
Okay.
Yeah, if you could just just sweep here. And
Jack, if you want to sing a song about cleaning up being fun.
The gravy trough, if you could
guys.
take that out, just out of the room. It's empty anyway.
So your kids just they can follow you around and just do whatever?
Yeah.
They're your employees. So
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course they
absolutely.
do.
What?
No, I'm sorry.
At a moment's notice, I may need them. I have secretaries.
I got it. Of course, you're a busy man now.
Good morning, brothers and cages.
Bert!
Hey! Hi! Hey! How's it going?
How are my favorite campers doing this fine morning?
We are excellent, your warden.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
doing fine. Just holding that freedom bar. The way we're supposed to.
My feet are numb, a little bit, but other than that, doing good.
Well, that's the way they should be. You've been eating that gravy, right?
Yeah, I've been eating all the gravy that's marked tag.
Good boy.
There seems to be a lot of it more marked tag lately. Are we specially formulating his diet? I like that.
We are, in fact, specially formulating everyone's diet.
Oh, all right.
Have you been drinking the bug juice?
Oh yeah, I've been getting all up in that bug juice.
Good fiber.
Yeah, great fiber. I have been passing like a dream. I love it. I gotta say, I do appreciate your camp counseling style, which is you create opportunities for us as individuals to excel and find our own solutions, and I do appreciate that.
Well, that is the idea. I'm here to help you help yourselves.
Fantastic. I like that. When we first came here, it was all a lot of question marks, and I was not sure, how long I was gonna last in here before I started trying to escape and all that stuff. And even though there were, a decent amount of beatings, your average amount of beatings, I gotta say I have appreciated the sort of hands-off, hands-on approach that you've been instituting, especially since the puppet masters kind of reigned in here. So.
You know what? Sorry to interrupt. Just Jack, you're doing a terrible job being a host. Our listeners might not know who this is.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we got to introduce our guests to the listeners.
I'm sorry.
Come on.
It's just the sense of fall. They're taking me away to my magical place, and I am not doing my due diligence. Would you please introduce yourself for our faithful listeners out there?
Of course, my favorite campers. I am your head counselor, Bert Warden. But you can call me Bert, and I am your buddy. I'm here to be your friend. I'm here to listen to your every concern and need, as long as it's between the hours of 5 and 5:01 p.m.
And that's very reasonable. Like when you run a business, there are very few hours in the day. It seems like time. You know, one thing I've realized recently,
Yeah.
time is a resource. It's probably the most valuable resource, and we should monopolize that. If we can figure
Yeah.
out, that would be a really good way to make a lot of money.
It's interesting you say that because every day I spend just here in the cell every day I spend here in the cabin where it's just me and Jack and Somali over there. Every hour feels like an eternity, just stretching into nothing. Each second, one step closer to a void that I'll never quite reach, but never escape either.
That's a good point, Tag. Sometimes when you stare into the abyss stares back into you. So, Bert, how'd you get into counseling?
Well, it's actually a kind of an interesting story. I actually started off as the janitor.
Oh.
And then when they bought the prison and the puppet masters cleaned house, they figured they need someone who knew a bit about cleaning to clean house. And so I got promoted on up the ranks.
Look
And
at
I-
him pulling himself up by his bootstraps.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a remarkable story.
Yeah, this is the manifest dream.
I can see where there are almost a lot of similarities between you and Tag. You know, you both started in a sanitation field, as it were.
Yeah.
And you very easily just kind of shot yourself up to the top of the heap. And Tag's just, he's
Became
been-
the heap.
I feel like there were some mitigating circumstances. Like, I hate to play the victim card, but I was the victim of a illegal kidnapping and hostage situation for good 6 months. And then I was wrongfully accused of a crime and chased across the country.
That sounds like loser talk.
And
Yeah.
then okay. You're right, it's loser
I
talk.
mean, it's a fair point. That is a disadvantage that you've been put towards.
Because when I went to the health clinic here, they said the weight was a pre-existing condition, so they couldn't help me.
Well, you did have weight. That is true.
Yeah, I don't want to make it seem like I thought my lot in life was unfair, and maybe the circumstances that were beyond my control should be changed.
Have you considered interning yourself to UX 813121? This
Oh.
is a man who seems to know his way up the ladder.
Whoa.
I don't know that I could take you on. Tag. I mean, look, we've been friends a very long time, but it's just that, in fact, like almost as long as I've been around.
Yeah,
I've been,
yeah.
just as long as I've been free in the world, I've known you. But listen, buddy.
The only thing more insulting than the insinuation I should be an intern for a clone is being turned down for
Whoa.
an internship by a clone.
Whoa.
Let's get off the subject, all right?
I'm just saying, this would be a dynamite
I-
opportunity.
I'm sure.
You know?
I'm sure Bert did not come here to sow dissension among us and play head games with us and make us fight amongst ourselves. That's not the way Bert runs the ship.
No, you're right. Yeah, Bert's our buddy.
Sorry to fight in front of you.
Listen.
Bert.
Yeah, we're sorry that you had to see us like this.
Tag, your interview skills need some work. Bert, I apologize on behalf of Tag. That was an incredible idea, and I see that even now you are hard at work trying to reform him. And it just doesn't take. You got to get through several layers.
Well, thank you, UX. It feels good to be appreciated.
Yep.
That actually leads on to a bit of an interesting question. I was wondering that each, camp attendee has particular needs or things that need to be dealt with. But are there any kind of tried and true methods for that you found that seem to be effective on re-educating people?
Well, you've already mentioned the beatings, and I have found that it helps to build character, particularly if they come in random times, random days. Keeps you on your toes, and you gotta be sharp, you gotta be with it, you gotta be focused.
Yeah, at first I thought the beatings were because I was doing something wrong, and then I realized they came completely unrelated to my behavior at all.
I appreciate that. It conditions you to just know that it's going to happen. Suffering is a reality of existence.
Yeah.
And the problem is not that you've done something to earn the beatings. It's that the beatings will just always happen. You have to learn to divorce yourself from the reality of suffering. And I kind of appreciate that.
Yep.
Oh, man.
And it sort of takes away any sense of entitlement. You're not entitled to not be beaten.
Yeah.
Life is going to kick you, and it's probably going to do it while you're down.
Yeah, we're all just folks. So aside from the beatings, I mean, any other tricks of the trade, as it were, Bert?
Well, I'm not sure if this is really helping you so much as it's helping me and keeping this prison in business, which of course is then helping you. But the obstacle courses make for great entertainment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned obstacle courses. I feel like I'm just whining, but I just want to air some grievances while I've got you here. Well, I came in missing a hand and a foot, and that made the obstacle courses pretty challenging, but that's not your fault. But while I've been here, I mean, under the guidance of the Cafeteria Association, I've gained a good 7 or 8 times my body weight, and it's making the obstacle course just downright comically hard.
What are you asking for, Tag? You asking for some sort of like disability type?
Well, no, I'm not asking for special treatment. I'm just asking to be treated fairly given my current condition.
That's a good question. Speaking of fairness, I would like to say, when Tag can get to the point where he can grab hold of the zip line and move down there, his mass lets him clear that zip line unnaturally fast, more than any other competitor on the camp. And I was wondering if there's something we can do for the zip line.
Yeah. God, that zip line is definitely the real victim there anyway.
I'm sorry for what I did to the zip line. I apologize.
So I'm hearing you're asking for special treatment, and I agree. Your obstacle courses are obviously far too easy if you're gaining that kind of weight. We are gonna have to add shocks.
Sharks?
I said shocks, but shocks is a good
Oh,
idea.
no,
I
no.
like where your head is at, boy.
Oh, your accent played a mean trick on me there.
Wait a minute. All right. Is it possible, and we're just playing Calvin Ball right now, is it possible we breed sharks with electric eels so that sharks give out electric shocks?
Yes. Have you considered taking that idea on Shark Tank? Because electrified sharks on Shark Tank would revolutionize the show.
Oh, wow. I've thought about I would only have to do it as a fan, though. That's my thing. I wouldn't want to be involved with it, much like I wouldn't want to necessarily work for UX, for CAN. Well, it would be a conflict of interest. As a journalist, I don't want to reap any benefits working with another industry. By the way, Cindy, can you hand me a bug juice? Thank you. Oh, you little urchin. Look at you. You got a little bob haircut there. All right, there you go. Back to it. Okay.
Good catch. I saw her rest her hands on her knees. Lazy.
Well, if you're not going to be able to take it to Shark Tank, I will happily take it on your behalf.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, really, what we're doing here is just for the end game, the bottom line for the camp. So, feel free. Absolutely. I have no choice in the matter anyways, but hey.
That is true.
What about you, Tag? I mean, do you have any dynamite ideas? I mean, I know you've got a lot of time there, and
Yeah,
I'm sure the mind wanders.
Well, ways to make the re-education camp better?
Yeah.
I feel like we do a lot of punishing, which is I think important because everyone here has done something wrong, except for me. But I feel like there's not a lot of telling people what's so great about I feel like there's not a lot of telling people what's so great about the manifest, because I loved the manifest before I even arrived at the camp, and honestly, every day, not only have I not loved the manifest more, I almost resent the manifest for what's happening to me here.
Well, Tag, there I think I see the problem. Look at our friend UX. He's been here the same as you have, and he has made something of himself. He's an entrepreneur. He is learning the benefits of the manifest.
Yeah, for one, I kind of think that there's probably something good at the core. It just maybe there's a few things that need a little tweaking here and there just to just to keep people like you out of the the life force of the manifest is people like.
What do you mean, people like me?
I just mean that you're a what's the word, like a disease or a very small seemingly insignificant a virus, right? And then your poor attitude just spreads and infects, and Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I'm really glad you took a second to think about it before you said something offensive there.
I mean, I myself can't dispute that. I didn't focus on science. I had that BFA. So, I mean, I couldn't, that sounds accurate to me, though.
It's definitely accurate. Now, I think you need to look inward, Tag, because even look at Jack, recalcitrant, difficult Jack. He has figured out how to have a positive mindset in the midst of all of this. He, too, is starting to see some of the benefits. So if you're not seeing the re-education, maybe the problem was with you.
Yeah, I mean, Tag, I thought it was going to be a heck of a time, but I've learned that, from within the system, in the middle of it, in some ways I can affect change. Maybe working under these rules, could potentially be a benefit for me. You never know.
I feel like I'm trying really hard, and I came in loving the manifest, and I don't know, everything I do just seems to make it worse.
There is sort of a, and I don't mean to suggest, Bert, that your food, your diet for Tag is off, but there is something to be said for diet and the sort of chemical balance in your brain, right? So, maybe, Tag, you should consider some sort of. Maybe consider bulimia. You can both get the nutrition that the manifest is offering you and, well, sort of detox.
You said coming in that you loved the manifest.
Yeah.
But what I want you to know is what kind of love was that? I remember that I had to say many times under what I thought was oath to a lawyer, which turned out to be another person playing mind games with me, which, great one, Bert.
Oh, that was really, really funny.
Yeah, I confessed that I said the manifest was my regular Saturday night thing. And that's the way that I've engaged with it. Maybe that's the way that you need to do that. And for it to accept you as a regular Saturday night thing, maybe you should look a little prettier. And maybe...
So what you're saying is no matter how much I love the manifest won't love me until I'm ready?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a good point.
Yep. You gotta love yourself. And sometimes loving yourself is the form of an eating disorder that's terrible.
Sometimes loving yourself starts with hating yourself.
There you go.
I'm so glad that you are in the position you're in now. You deserve it. You deserve it.
Thank you. And you deserve your position. The work you've done with GAN has been inspiring.
Thank you thank you. And Tag, I was too hasty earlier to suggest that there's not a place for you. I am positive that with your weight and the children behind you, we could push you down a hill, and the number of trees you would take out, they don't make machines that can do that.
Well, I just want to help.
That's the first step, Tag.
Hallelujah.
That's the first hallelujah. Hosanna.
Well, just remember, a few broken bones are worth it to fight the inexorable enemy of nature.
Fair point.
Think how much the manifest will love you if you kill nature, Tag. That's the real thing. I think that's the core of this is you need to ask yourself. You may love the manifest, but what are you doing for the manifest?
Well, I played an important role as an art sanitation expert before I was kidnapped, and then I played an important role as fake enemy of the state on America's Most Wanted traitor.
But did you? I'm just spitballing here, but I've heard that a lot of your work as a sanitation officer have been rescinded.
Maybe I made some mistakes. Honestly, okay. Now, maybe I did make some mistakes, but I feel like all of the movies that I banned, that I've had to review and write those essays explaining why it was wrong to ban them, I still feel like they should have been banned. I'm trying to find a consistent rule that the manifest has, and I feel like it's changing the rules on me all the time.
I was hoping you'd learn from those essays, and it just seems like you're not paying attention, Tag.
It seems like you're completely inflexible.
Yeah, I don't want to tell tales out of school, but I will be honest. A lot of these essays he's been having to do, we have been helping out a little bit. Yeah.
I suspected.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You see, you can't pull one over on Bert.
Yeah, old Bert.
Well, it's just I didn't want to write this in the essays, but I feel like a lot of the movies that you said were okay and the movies you said weren't okay, it seemed like you were saying it was okay if white people did some things, but it wasn't okay if other people of other races did those same things. Like the manifest had different rules depending on like what kind of person you were.
Are you serious right now, boy?
I don't want to call anyone racist. It just seems like different people got different rules, and But when I said
Nope, that's it, boy. I'm getting me a stick. I'm getting me a couple sticks, and you're gonna pick your favorite.
Oh no.
Ooh, you better pick right, Tag, because if you pick wrong, he'll beat you with that one and choose another.
He gets it. I'll be back.
Tag.
What's
going on, buddy? Come on.
What were you thinking?
I'm just I'm having a real problem with trying to figure out what the manifest wants from me, and I'm just trying to ask questions, and everyone's getting mad at me.
You
just 'cause
can't
I'm asking
ask questions.
Look, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, I thought bringing Bert in, it was gonna be a softball. Like, we were just gonna have a good time. Bert's a great guy. You made him storm out to go find switches.
Yeah, I don't want to be a troublemaker.
You've done more than
sorry.
that.
Tag, I don't get you. Just find a cleansing breath, okay? We're gonna try. We're gonna try. We're gonna try, Tag.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we just stop recording for a second? I just need a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Would the DC3 please report to the Arts and Crafts cabin for art therapy?
So, boys, I am truly sorry that it had to come to this. Arts and crafts. The lowest of the low. Tag, I think you know why we're here, but I need to hear you say it.
I'm sorry I questioned the manifest social order?
That sounds like a question, boy.
Oh, I'm sorry I questioned the manifest order, Mr. Warden.
Please, Mr. Warden was my father. I told you to call me Bert.
Sorry, Bert.
UX, could you show him how it's done, please?
Sure, Bert. Anytime. It's just casual tones. Tag, not like you've done anything wrong. You should always pretend like you have never done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Deny, deny, deny.
Yep. Everything's fine here. We are all good. Am I doing it?
I
Jack?
think what we're trying to say is that some things may have occurred or may not have occurred in the past. And for that, if necessary, we are sorry for.
But that we have no recollection of.
Absolutely.
See, that is how it's done. And I am very proud of you boys. But unfortunately, you are a cabin. And the cabins live together, they work together, and they suffer together. And UX, I'm afraid I'm going to have to take some of your good boy stars.
What? Bert.
No.
How long have we known each other, Bert? Bert, I was sending your family a Christmas card.
It's out of my hands and in Tag's hands.
His hand?
Bert, I know that I don't have any good boy stars.
You'd be
But-
surprised.
UX worked so hard. He worked so hard for those good boy stars. Can you take some of mine to make up for his?
Bert, I took your mother to the grocery store the other day. Please take some of Jack's.
I will take some of Jack's in addition to yours.
Oh, God! Oh.
I don't have any good boy stars, I don't think, but I probably could use some serious medical attention. The walk over here revealed a whole lot of things to me about my ever-changing body that are very alarming.
Well, we know you can lift more than 50 pounds now.
Yeah.
Tag, are you questioning my methods again?
Oh, no, nope, I don't recall.
Tag, I feel weird having to explain this, but if I may, you don't have any good boy stickers.
Nope.
You definitely don't have any hypodermic needle stickers.
Oh,
That's leading to a lot of problems.
yeah.
you have to do challenges to get those stickers.
Okay.
All right. That's why do you think I don't have the flu right now? It's because I stacked those cups. I
Right.
made cup pyramids.
It's hard to do with one hand.
Well, that's... What's the kind of talk we've been having that you've been spitting today? Tag.
Starts with an L.
Loser talk?
That's loser
Yeah.
talk. Just say, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, that's good. It's good to have the campers helping each other. And I will give you each back one good boy star for that. Not Tag.
No.
Not Tag. But each of you get one good boy star back for that.
Yes. Thank you.
You sure you guys wouldn't just want the vices around our heads loosened a little instead of a star? Because I'm thinking that probably would help more than a star. Like, I mean, I don't know about you guys. This vice is pretty tight on me.
And there go the stars.
Tag!
Please.
I'm just trying to think big picture.
I think at this point it would be better if... I think it'd be better if you didn't say anything at all. When did you get so opinionated?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just stay quiet then.
I doubt it.
Sorry.
Tag. You can't just think big picture immediately, all right? Like, look at Detroit. Detroit wasn't built in a day, all right? They had to bring in the bears first to come into the countryside and, like, eat
I
old
know how
houses.
Detroit was built.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm not an idiot.
Okay.
Good.
So, for the sake of camp continuity and solidarity, I will let the two of you pick Tag's punishment.
Oh, boy.
You aren't excited about this?
I mean, it's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of choices, and here's the thing: I don't wanna be mean. The point is, especially if we're gonna get those good boy stickers, we're trying to help Tag,
Right.
right?
Right.
What do you got?
All right. Let's see. Tag needs to learn respect.
Yeah.
He needs to learn conditioning.
Okay.
What if
Yeah.
I like the idea of the electric sharks? Because listen, they're gonna mistake him for a whale. They won't fuck with that. He's gonna be constantly electrocuted.
And the electrical shock is gonna contract those muscles.
Right. In the meantime, then as he starts to shrink,
Yeah.
he will become more and more sort of
Desirable.
to the sharks.
Yeah.
So he'll learn conditioning
Okay.
from immediately. He's gonna start having to learn how to avoid them.
Okay.
I like where your head is at. I think we can go bigger.
Okay.
Whoa. All right.
What have you? All right. Let's see. How can we go bigger?
Jettison him into space.
There are no bad ideas in brainstorming, but that might be a bit much.
Okay. This is weird. This is gonna change it up a little bit, but we need other people also in the tank, so that way, even if he's conditioning and he's learning to get away from the sharks, if there's other people who are getting away from those sharks faster, they're gonna win. Because we have to teach. There's one thing that I've learned is that we're all individuals and whatnot, but there are definite winners and there are definite losers, and that is ingrained within the system that they are put into.
And that is the winning idea. I knew you boys could do it. I knew you could do it. 2 good boy stars each.
We're almost back up to what we had.
Oh, we're getting there. How do you feel about that, Tag?
Tag.
Tag.
Speak when spoken to.
You gotta.
Well, I said I wasn't going to talk again.
Don't
for the
talk
rest of
back,
the
Tag.
recording.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah, how?
He talked back.
guys, are we a cabin or not? Because I feel like...
I don't know.
we're
Are you,
not a-
Tag?
If we're not a team, then I don't even know why we're all in the same small 12 by 12 cabin.
Tag. Okay, we'll join you in the shark tank, and we'll just rest on top of your landmass.
No. You know what? No. If this is just gang up on tag day, then I don't want you there. All right? If you're just going to literally throw me to the sharks just to please Bert and by extension the manifest, if you're just going to betray me for that, then I don't need you. You know what? Throw me to the sharks on my own. I want to be there by myself. And after that, just put me in solitary confinement because I don't want to see these guys.
Whoa.
Bert, can you do that for me?
UX, Jack, is that what you want?
Tag. We're trying to help.
Well, I think I've had enough of your help, all right? I had a pretty good life, and you took me from it, and it's been nothing but one tragedy after another. And through it all, the one thing I thought we had was was togethership, okay? You guys were always there for me no matter what you were doing to me. And this is the first time I feel like you're just letting me go, and fine, then just, we're done. Just be the DC2 from now on.
Whoa, look. That's not catchy at all, Tag. I'm trying to help you. UX is trying to help you. Bert's trying to help you. And maybe that's because of your choices that you've made, that I'm just saying that maybe with the way you look, you're asking for this.
I have to say, you're letting yourself go, Tag.
You can frame it however you want. I don't care anymore. All right? I just don't want to. I don't want to be around you guys.
You don't think the
Bert,
fact...
can you just put me in the Sharks and put me in isolation?
I will say, boys, without his dead weight on your backs, you would have a lot more good boy stars.
Think of all the physical challenges you can win without old Tag holding you back.
The thing is, Tag, look at it. It's not just me and him right now that seem to be against you. Bert agrees with us.
Yeah.
And Bert is a official representative of the manifest.
I'm not saying Bert's wrong, but Bert wasn't my friend like you guys were. Or at least like I thought you guys were. Okay? And this isn't about right or wrong. This is just about are we friends or not? And today you let me know we're not.
I gotta say, that hurts, Tag. I thought we were friends.
Well, I mean, Bert, you and me can be friends because you haven't horribly betrayed me. Well, I mean, you have, but you never said you wouldn't. So I can forgive all that.
You just said that we're not friends.
Just not...
That hurts, Tag.
The entire time that we've known each other, all I wanted was for you to see my side of things. And you never did. And all you've ever wanted is for me to be on the side of the manifest. Well, Tag, your wish is granted. Okay? I'm with them right now about this. And if you don't like it, then I am going to sound like I'm crying, even though my tear ducts have not worked for years. But audibly, that is how people know. And I'm sorry, Tag. But I'm not sorry. And if you want to walk away from this, I don't care.
I don't care either.
I don't care.
I don't care at all.
I don't care.
Hey,
care.
no,
I
stop.
never wanted to be a part of this anyway.
Stop. Tag, you two have disagreed from day one, and every once in a while, I see you two come together on something. But the fact that you have made it work for 3 seasons of Jack's podcast tells me that you two are meant to be together. Because
I don't think so, UX. I don't think it's like that. Look, you don't know how the world works, okay? You just came out into the world like a year ago. I mean, you don't know. This is what people do. They come together and they fall apart, and it's not your fault, okay? I just want you to know it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Jack and I can't
We
can't
just
be
do
together
it.
anymore.
I mean, thank God for Mom and Dad for putting 2 together when we don't know how. But we don't know how.
It wasn't supposed to be this hard, okay? It never should have been this hard. I sure we put a lot of work in to try and keep the whole thing going, but there's just no point anymore.
what about the listeners?
They'll be fine.
The point is to convert you. The point is to see.
It sounds to me like you boys might be at an impasse, which means it's time to decide this in the only one true manifest way. Reality show voting. You all need to go out, vote on whether Tag stays or goes.
He's got a point.
I'll agree to that. That sounds fine.
Freedom doesn't always feel good. Here with the pain and the growing pains of democracy is Unfollow the Revolution. I've been your faithful and loving and friendly host, Jack, accompanied as always
By your scared and confused host, prisoner designation UX 813121.
And signing off for possibly the last time, prisoner designation and hostage, Tag YOLO Johnson.
And a big special thanks to our guest this episode.
You boys have done me proud. I have been your head counselor, Bert Warden.
And some of us might see you next week.
And now it is time for the exciting conclusion of the Puppet Master Center for Reformation. Here, with the voting results, it is time. And remember, campers, that feeling of the walls closing in on you, that's just the camp giving you a hug.
Unfollow the Revolution was created and performed by David Gossett, Benjamin Mitchell, and David Nair. Produced by Rock Punch. Edited by Molly Rowland. Intro music by Alan Hanks. Voiceover by Jenny Wentling. We would like to thank our special guest this episode,
MC Williams as Bert Warden.
If you want to keep raging against the manifest, support the American Civil Liberties Union at aclu.org, because the best way to destroy tyranny in the future is to fight it in the present.